Bismillah, Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Absul and I'm the CEO of Divine Foods. So we have a working capital investment opportunity. Basically over here, we're looking for working capital for about $250,000 worth of working capital. With that working capital, we want to buy livestock, goats, lambs, and cows. With $250,000 of working capital, that will decrease our commission cost and our transportation costs, and we'll be able to buy those animals in bulk instead of buying smaller quantities. Then the other thing is that this is a Sharia compliant, it's a risk sharing model, and it'll inshallah, increase our profits, and then we like to share those profits with the investors. Our weekly demand right now, these are our top 10 customers. We've been doing business for about 14 years, and these are our top 10 customers, and you can see how much meat that they've bought from us, the goat, lamb, and beef, mostly goat and lamb, but a little bit of beef as well. A very small percentage of this is beef. It's a new product that we're trying to streamline. And you can see that over here how many sheep and goat roughly that they were buying from us on average from these 10 different customers, from these 10 different clients. Okay. And the next thing is here about Divine Foods. So we used to be called Divine Meats. We've recently changed it to Divine Foods so it can incorporate some of our different products that we sell. Basically, we started Divine Meats in 2013. And for the last 5 years, basically, I'm going to go through a few of the numbers here. Basically, what we have is that we were a distribution company from 2013 until 2022 when we bought the slaughterhouse. Okay, and in these last, when we were just a distribution company, we did maximum about $3.4 million in sales. That was just as a distribution company. Now we've, grown the company. We've purchased a slaughterhouse, and now we've been able to grow the revenue to about 5.8 million last year. Alhamdulillah, mashallah, tabarakallah. Okay. With all that being said, our gross profits just as a distribution company used to be about $227,000. And now we've been able to grow those gross profits into $957,000. Alhamdulillah, mashallah, tabarakallah. Our net still low is about $25,000 and maximum about $38,000. That's after salaries, and that's without a nice good chunk of working capital. So we've been running the slaughterhouse 2022, 23, 24 for 3 full years. We've gone through this startup phase of the business, and now we're starting, to raise capital, to raise working capital, so that now that we've jumped through all the hoops, gone through all the trial and error, research and development, we know exactly what we need to do to make our profits better. And so for that, that's what we need, the working capital. Our assets used to be roughly about $150,000 as a distribution company, and now our current assets are at $2.8 million. Alhamdulillah, mashallah, tabarakallah. This is our facility, the Divine Meats facility, where we just do raw meats. And you can see it's here in Ferris, Texas. And this is an aerial view of the plant. This is the plant. This is the one animal shed, and here's another animal shed, and here's the lagoon where the blood and water goes. And here's our livestock trailers and reefer trucks. We have about 2 reefer trucks and 1 reefer van. And we have some housing over here and another shed over here. Okay. So basically, let's take a look here. More about, so we do, like I said, goat, lambs, and cows. Here's a picture of some of our cattle. Here's a picture of some of our sheep. Here's a picture of some of our calves. Here's a picture of some of our goat and lamb carcasses on the line. And here's a picture of our field at the bottom right there. The areas of operation, so 95% of our business is conducted in DFW, and we've chosen this very strategic location, which is down over here. We can see the little arrow with the little dot where it says Divine Meats, which is Ferris, Texas, and it's a very strategic location so that we can cover. There's a lot of clients, a lot of butcher shops, a lot of meat markets, and a lot of grocery stores that want halal meat in DFW. With that being said, this is the primary area that we've been conducting business for the last 14 years. Okay, next what we have here is that our current financials. So with about $25,000 of working capital, we're able to buy. This is not now with $25,000 working on, but with getting vendor credits with the livestock supplier giving us credit and charging us higher commission. We're not able to negotiate very good livestock rates, and our transportation costs are higher. So over here, if we buy 137 animals and buy and sell them, this is how our numbers come. Our gross profit is about 21%, and our net profit is about 5%. So with good strong working capital, even $10,000 can help us make a big difference. This is what the numbers look like with working capital without having to rely on our supplier and him giving us credit, which increases our commission cost. And like I said, just with a 10-cent savings, it increases our margin significantly, just with saving 10 cents per pound. And I'll explain that here more in a minute. But basically, our operating cost increases to about 25%, up from 21%, and our net profit increases from 5% up to 7%. Okay, so basically, what we're looking for here is about $250,000 total, and the minimum is going to be that we need a minimum of at least $10,000 in order to do an investment contract. And the minimum will be 1 year. Try it out for 1 year, see how you like it, see how we like, dealing with each person as an investor, and how the investor likes dealing with us. And after that, if it's a mutual understandings are there, and the profitability is there, and everything is making sense, then we can decide to renew the contract after that. So, but it's a minimum 1 year contract, and the profit is shared on a quarterly basis. And right now we only have 25 slots open maximum for this opportunity, for this particular time period. We only have 25 slots open. So you can contact me, you can call, text, or set up a meeting directly through my calendar, and inshallah, love to talk more about the opportunity and see anyone that may have any questions and that's interested. Let's set up a meeting and we can talk more, inshallah. Jazakallah khair for listening. Talk to you all soon. Assalamu alaikum.